podcast is a member of WildGamesProductions.com and D20Radio.com.
They came from the game table, dice bags in hand,
We have one brain that we share between us.
to talk about role-playing for all across the land.
And you'll like it.
The original, then basic, then one they scoured.
Kinda grabs you by the boo-boo, don't it?
To bring AD&D to the second power.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Welcome to THACO's Hammer, the best damn AD&D 2nd edition podcast ever.
It's freezing. Yes.
That's right, because that's just how we roll.
That's how.
Because my dice are so hot, it keeps us warm.
Oh, yeah. Hiya, folks. THACO's Hammer. It's Splatbook number 77. How about that? I'm DM Glen. We got. Yes.
78.
Oh, it is.
Genius.
Yes, we did 2 email shows. We're now up to 78.
Yeah, I guess we are. Okay.
Sorry.
Well, anyway, you know who I am. This is full-on gamer over here. At least he's being quiet.
Hello, Gamer Nation. Greetings, Gamer Nation. Welcome to the Werewolves of London.
There it is.
Well, he was being quiet, but he alludes to what we're going to talk about on the show is were creatures, lycanthropy, the housewife's friend. But we also got we got DM Brian. You can hear him over there. Yeah.
That's me. I just got hit in the head with a question mark. What? Wife's best friend? What?
I didn't say that. Damn, Corey's here too. Corey, help me.
What's going on, folks? Don't worry, I've got the spade and neutering kit in the car. We're good to go.
Damn.
And plenty of wolfsbane, just in case.
Yes.
Sure.
You're not the budgie that needs to be put down, are you? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I don't want to be put down. Don't put me down.
You're
I don't
ugly.
want
You're
that.
ugly, and your mother dresses you fun, or something like that. Anyway, let's go to hits and crits.
What are you doing tonight? I don't know. What are you doing tonight? The burlesque Louis Paradise. Miserable and lonely and stupid. What am I, crazy or something? I got something good here. What am I hanging around with you guys for?
Hits and crits.
Hits and crits, or as they say in Germany, hits and crits. With Fitz. I don't know. What have you been doing in gaming, Corey?
You gonna start with me? Well, December 5th, as everybody should know, was
happy birthday.
Mine birthday.
Yes, it was.
Both of you, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday, Corey.
There we go. Got a whole bunch of cool stuff from a slew of people. Got a nice D20 decal for the car. That is a big 3D, half of a D20 stuck. It looks like the D20's been thrown through the window.
Oh, I love those.
Oh, I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, got one of those. Got another D20 that blinks and flashes when you roll a 20. Then, top it all off, yesterday we had our first new campaign start where Mr. DM Corey was player Corey and got to sit on the other side of the screen while everybody else
handed to him.
Yeah, everybody at my gaming table was there with jaw drops when they noticed I wasn't at the end of the table behind the screen, and my good friend Billy was there, and everybody's like, "Oh, what's going on?" Okay, everybody, time to roll up new characters.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that happens, yeah, you've been DMing too long for sure.
Yeah, 5 years I think is my cutoff now, because that's what it's been 5 years since I've played.
The man who punked his own group.
Well, I made me house rules now because multi-class and demi-human don't make this work, but we house rules it. I made a female gray elf cleric psionicist.
Interesting.
Due to the psionicist main attribute being wisdom, I figured I'm going to make her a cleric also. So she hides her psionic ability and just tells everybody she's a cleric of the elven god of the hunt. So she's a bounty hunter, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, you should have seen the dwarves' jaws drop when I decided to use a clerical spell and went ectoplasmic form, and they're like, "How come elves get to do that?" They're like, as soon as I came out of it, they're like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's elfin magic, clerical magic."
Do you have any other elves in the party?
Yes, I have a gray elf spell filter.
No, I mean, does anybody else have any elves in the party?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I have a sidekick.
Okay.
My buddy Micah is playing a gray elf spell filter, and he is the you go and hunt the bounties, and when you capture them, I'll go through the room in their pockets for loose change and magical items. So we kind of do this. And then there's another gray elf ranger in the group who, by the way, is the guy that plays the really loud and bawny paladins. His character, his elven name is K-Log, K-A-Y''LOG.
Come on down an adventure with K-Log, the loud and boisterous paladin elf.
Wow. No. He's an elven ranger by the name of K-Log Oak Branch Cereal.
Oh my
god. K-Log Oak Brand Cereal. I went,
oh my
are you
god.
kidding? He's like, no, it's K-Log Oak Brand.
Oh my god.
It's
wow.
Yeah.
Just wow.
There's also a Furbog Pit Fighter, which
he wakes up and says the best to you each morning.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a Furbog Pit Fighter in the group. We have a Dwarven Pirate Kit Fighter, Dwarven Pirate, and a Dwarven what's the one with the crossbow? Sharpshooter.
Remember I told you about our basic game? We had a Dwarven pirate in there, and he had a monkey, and oh boy. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, it was really weird because the Furbog captured. It was a pit fighter, so the Furbog captured one of the goblins that attacked us, and literally has him on a chain and is calling him Numer.
Oh God.
So he's trying to train a goblin, and he's using him sort of like the canary in the cage when you go down into mines. So
yeah.
he's on the leash ahead of everybody, trying to pull away from the chain. So, when he doesn't go down the tunnel, we don't go down that tunnel since we're all first level. So it's pretty bad.
Well, I told you, if you're ever going to go to the positive
first level, and the goblin hasn't choked somebody to death with his own chain yet.
No. The Furbog, when he tried to subdue him, landed on him and broke his arms. So
good.
We didn't heal.
Now they should let you. Now the DM should let you go to the positive material plane because you can adventure in there until the goblin blows up. He explodes. You leave.
That's true. Yeah, we didn't kill him. The plane did.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like your timer. Okay, we got to go.
Yep.
If he gets dexterous enough between his feet and his teeth, he can still choke somebody to death with his chain.
This is true, but he sleeps with the Furbog.
What?
Full on. You're not playing him, okay? This is all what you would do.
Let me bring in a character.
I will call you on Skype when we play next in 2 Sundays.
What? So what you been up to, Full on?
Not much. Enjoying the rollout of Galactic Starfighter for the Old Republic, blowing things up, advancing, good character class progression, good stories, fun stuff. Nothing gaming-wise in a real sense, other than doing the show. So, yeah, show.
Okay. That's cool. Brian, what's up?
Not too much. I'm just still playing Star Trek Online, blowing things up, just in a different universe, that's all.
I'm blowing full-on stuff up. Yeah. No.
yeah.
We don't edition bash, and we do not engage in the Star Wars versus Star Trek on this podcast.
Yeah, we don't cross those streams for sure. But
besides, we already know the answer.
Yeah, we do. Anyway, but aside from that, also still working on facets of my version of Mystara, and I'll be what's the word? Commiserating. That's the word. Commiserating with Ald Gamer, who, like I've said before, I believe from all the YouTube videos I've seen of this guy, he's like, Full-On's long lost brother, because he sounds almost exactly like him. And Well, yeah, just let's just put it this way. It kind of sounds a little bit like Full On Xanax. There we go. Yeah, in other words, not in overdrive, not in sixth gear, more like just cruising along in fourth.
Hyperdrive.
So he's like, so if I'm first gear, and if Full On's like turbo fifth gear, this guy's somewhere around third gear.
Yeah, third.
All right.
Fourth. But
I'm neutral.
Yeah, just spinning your wheels, revving the engine, redlining. But he and I will be commiserating because I need a little help with the deities in my world, and his claim to fame right now, aside from YouTube videos, is posting his interpretation of the monster mythology / legends and lore deities and giving them a full, complete update, somewhere close to the level of faiths and avatars. And I'm a big fan of his work, so I've enlisted his help.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, go for it.
Why haven't you asked me?
Dude, you write comics and all this other stuff. If you want in on this, Corey, I have no problem.
Did you not see my campaign guide? Campaign for
I did. I just didn't think of it.
Yeah, you want help, dude? Let me know. I mean, I don't want to take away from this guy. That's fine. That's cool.
But yeah, sure. Yeah, we can get together and we'll just all sit around and pass ideas back and forth and so forth and so on.
All right.
So yeah, by all means.
Well, that's mighty humor of you.
What are you doing? What have you been up to there, Big Glenn?
Let's see. Just closed the show, Christmas Carol, amongst. Got the cast party next Sunday. Yay! And yeah, I'm looking. Much drinking will be done, and
I would be disappointed if you didn't.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see. We don't have another basic game until the 28th. Believe it or not. That ogre was fun though. That ogre with the goblin shaman on his shoulder, throwing spells while he was chopping people with a big old axe. That was fun, boy.
Oh yeah, the goblin. The goblin.
Yeah. Let's see. I picked up one of the Forgotten Realms dungeon crawl modules.
Oh yeah.
Ravenloft: The Lost Level, or not? I'm sorry. Undermountain: The Lost Level.
Wait, is this the one with the spaceship?
I don't think
the
so.
spell jamming ship?
Yeah, which one of them? I know that in the Undermountain, one of the Lost Levels has the spaceship.
I've never heard of it.
How many of the Lost Levels are there? Glenn, does it say it?
I think there are only two. One's Mad Goth's Castle. I forget what the other one's called.
Well, this I didn't know about Mad Goth's Castle.
Yeah, they did like two Lost Level ones, and I think you have one, and then there's another one. I'll do a little research. Hold on.
Okay, but that and Corey sent me the Skullport.
Skullport. And I wanted to talk about what you sent me as soon as you were done. So,
well, I was just going to say, I sent Corey those miniatures I had spoken of earlier from Forge of Ice. How are they, Corey?
Well, let me tell you, they all arrived in this really awesome packaging of note paper that I could barely read a faint outline of something that was written on the page before it, and I was going to be all like Sherlock Holmes. I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But then I pulled out the minis.
Delivered in a Crown Royal bag, by the way.
Yes, delivered in a Crown Royal bag. The owl bear skin rug, by far, I think is my favorite.
Really?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's of size and proportion, and it's got just enough detail on the fur to make it not look like a modeled mess, but it still actually looks like fur.
Yeah. By the way, before you go on, there was some discussion on Save or Die when I mentioned about these. What's the scale on these?
Well, I don't know which one I'm looking at, but as far as the owlbear fur rug, that could easily be between 25 and 28 millimeter.
So we're looking at
the Skeksis, on the other hand, the Skeksis are easily over. Hold on.
Well, that's 3 parts.
Yeah, the Skeksis are 32 millimeters each. They're 32 up high, and the
Skeksis
giant
are big anyway, so that actually works.
Yeah, that works out.
So
What
how
is that,
does,
the giant snapping turtle.
Yeah.
That's cool. And the Iraqor's like 34, 35 millimeter high. The Iraqor's kind of cool. I was expecting feathers because aren't they feathered?
I don't know.
This is
They're
more like a pterodon. It looks like a big version of the little saurial. You know what I'm talking about?
The flyer. Yeah, the flyer.
That's what it looks like. It looks like. I mean, they're detailed as hell. Don't get me wrong. And the white metal that he used is really holds the detail of these a lot nicer than some of the classic minis that I've seen.
Right.
The Skeksis are really detailed as far as seeing the hatch work on their armor and stuff, and the faces detail is pretty good. These are some really good.
Are you talking about the three little ones in the one bag?
Yeah, the Skeksis.
They're not Skeksis. Those are Slee Stacks.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why do you call them Skeksis?
That's
Well,
what
I
I
got
wondered
Dark
about.
Crystal on the mind. Slee Stacks. My apologies.
That's
Slee
okay.
Stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's listening, Alex Bates, thank you so much for sending these. We're going to get these pictures of before, and I'm going to paint them up, and we'll do some before and afters. Anybody out there listening wants to see what they got, you can go to facebook.com/Forge of Ice or their website, forgeofice.com.
I was going to put that on our Save or Die when we put the notice up on OSR Gaming. We usually put like the links to what we were talking about. And for some reason, the Forge of Ice, I'll have to check it again. I'll check it again in a minute here. But I think something's wrong with the Forge of Ice website. I couldn't get on it for some reason.
Also, real quick, everybody remembers way back in the day we did a contest and we gave out books as prizes.
Oh, God.
We got to bring that up again.
Yeah, because one of the books got returned to me.
That's right.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Jeremy Prada, if you are listening, I sent this to you to your address, which you gave to us, which got given to me, and it got returned to me. It says return to sender. And they crossed out your address and they wrote a new address on here, and it's sad. It says forward time expired, return to sender. So it got forwarded and it sat there and it didn't get picked up. So do me a favor, either send me an email at the show or make a post and get a hold of us so I can get you this book. I want to get this book out of my house.
Yeah, THACOshammer@gmail.com. Give us a shout. Send us an email and see if we can't get this resolved here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or claim ownership via voicemail at.
Yeah.
Oh, you can claim it at 405-806-0555.
That's right.
I think I might say that voice in my sleep. I've been saying it so.
And he's been active as far back as early September because we have an old email from him that we read.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you can even like drop an IM on OSR Gaming.
Yep.
Corey or something, or on our forum.
Or you can go to Facebook to THACO's Hammer page and send a message there. I will read it, or Corey or Glenn, because we all have access.
Facebook, I'm under Corey Shonuff. You type it, you'll find me. Just send me a message.
Yeah,
that's
Corey
Shonuff. I repeat it because it buffered while you were talking.
Okay.
But, Corey Shonuff. And I just checked Forge of Ice's website. It is not there for some reason, so I guess you have to get a hold of them on their Facebook page. And
I just went there myself and I couldn't get in, so there's something going on there.
Yeah, what was it? Facebook.com/Forge of Ice?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, they're really nice. Thank you for sending those, and if you've got another box of 50-pound royal bags, I'll take them off your hands again.
And since I have my copy right here in front of me, in return there, sir, your, what is it here? I'm looking. TSR 11348 is on its way to you. Skullport will be in your hand shortly.
How did you send that?
U.S. Postal Service.
Did you get me a tracking number?
I would if I actually asked them to give me a tracking number when I already mailed it.
Did you mail it at the post office?
Yes.
Did they give you a receipt?
Probably. It's up in the car.
It's on the receipt.
All right, I'll go find it.
It says label. And then
a
big old long number. Just send it to me so I can track it. I do that. When I send people, I give them the track number. I want track numbers. It's just good business. That's all. I'm used to doing it. All right. But that's what I've been doing anyway. Brian.
Yes.
Emails?
Yes, we've got emails.
Okay.
We do have emails. Whoops. Okay. If I can click on
Still, after 3 attempts to drive them all away, burn them all, and use them all.
I couldn't believe the last email show we ran out of voicemails.
Yeah, we actually did. Those are voicemails that we'd had since I think early September too.
I was astonished.
Well, hey, Kojo, get on the stick. Where you at? We need you. As a matter of fact, yeah, and also a shout out to Kojo because or
anyone else who wants to do it.
Well, no, Kojo specifically because we're going to need him for Splatbook 84.
Yeah, I think Anthony can take him.
What's in 84?
That's where we're doing the Celts supplement.
Oh, cool. Also, just so you guys know, I've been in touch with Richard Byers, and he is excited and wondering when we're doing the next Forgotten Realms again.
Oh,
so
all right. Well, we have one for Menzo Baranzan, but we can set that up, Corey.
That's fine. I'm just relaying the news.
All right, then let's get together after the show and we'll plan a couple of those out.
Didn't we do the Volos guides already?
Yes, we did.
That's right.
Or no, we did one specifically. We did the guide novel.
Yeah, we should do
we
should do like one. What? Did you say a dirty?
Dalelands.
Oh, the Dalelands. I thought you said Dragonlands. Thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
so did you say a dirty word?
I will not do that show. You guys can do that show without me.
Why?
Huh?
What?
I have a couple people that from my group that will be more than happy to sub in for me and give you all the information you need about that awesome realm. And I'm not saying it's a terrible realm. I just don't use it. Never touched it. I peel away from it.
Okay, why?
I don't know.
I ask why.
Great novels. Unnecessary
Polo's Guide to the Dragonlance as compiled by Professor von Richten. That'd be interesting reading.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, definitely interesting.
After making Volo, what?
Corey, if I feel almost exactly the same way you do, only with more vitriol. But in the interest of getting everything 2E done, I will do the show.
Okay. Well, like I said, I got respect for Hickman and the creative team for it, plus Elmore's and Easley's art in that series for the covers, for everything else is amazing. Mm-hmm. I don't like the world. I don't like the moons and the magic. I don't like the world. I don't like Gully Doors. I don't like Kender.
Okay.
I stole Draconians, but other than that, that's all I took from them.
Mm-hmm. I want to make a Gully Dwarf in the next game we do.
No, I'm not DMing it because that Gully Dwarf will die in a very quick and ignominious death. Yeah, only way it would die faster is if you tried to play a Kender.
Oh, I'm not that stupid. I mean, it's like trying to play a gnome in one of Mike's games.
Well, then next game I'm playing a Battle Rager, and I'm drinking while we play it.
Oh God!
Like you're doing now. Anyway, let's get on some emails. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Emails. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. We will go with this one. This one's short and sweet. Even though
our answer may not be.
Yeah. It might not. It might not be. This is from, and I love his online screen name, DM Obi-Wan Shinobi, which just crosses over like 4 or 5 different things in this wonderful little mismatch.
Lad, you want some force? We got some force over here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he says, "Hi all, I was just listening to Splatbook 52 and the part where you were describing Hallister. You mentioned Elminster not wanting to tangle with the Mad Mage. His reason is that Hallister is also a chosen of Mystra." Andy's right. When I read this email originally, I was like, oh my God, that's true. Aside from the fact that also, no matter how many experience levels Elminster has, Hallister always has 2 more. He's like 27th in, 26th. In 2nd edition Forgotten Realms, and Hallister's 28. So yeah, fellas, hello.
We're here.
Yes.
I'm right here.
Okay.
We concur. We agree.
Well,
that is
okay.
one of the many reasons why the two of them do not tangle.
Oh, wait. Was that the end of the email?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, thank you, Obi-Wan Shinobi, for writing in. Yes, we agree with you.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a question there.
Yeah, that's. I was quiet until there was a question, or until you said, "Till next time, guys. This is Obi-Wan Shinobi signing off."
That's my
It just ended. No problem. My bad. My bad.
That sounded like Obi-Wan Dean Martin, actually. Until next time, this is Obi-Wan Shinobi signing off. Yeah.
And the other reason they don't tangle that often is because Elminster has more sense than to mess around in Undermountain, and Hallister is too busy playing with his Undermountain.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got all of his miniatures to move around.
Yep.
Yeah, Hallister plays in his Undermountain, and Elminster makes sure the world that holds Undermountain stays whole, because he's always dealing with those world-shattering events. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, you can play in your sandbox. Just stay down in there. I got to handle the rest of the planet.
Yeah.
Okay, that goes in the archive. On to the next one. Okay, this one we're kind of being taken to task a little bit, but we'll just read this and whatever.
Can I say piss off now?
Sure. Okay. By the time we reach the end, you just might, but
Okay.
Let's. Okay.
Give him the benefit of the doubt here. Let him hear him. Hear him out. Hear him out.
Yeah, let's hear him out. This one is from Robin Sneak.
Hi, Robin.
He says, "Hello, all at THACO's Hammer. I've been an avid listener for both Save or Die and more recently THACO's Hammer for a while.
Yeah.
As someone who grew into D&D playing 2nd edition, I was just thrilled to discover a podcast devoted entirely to this most august and noble role-playing game.
But you're screwing it up, right?
Hey, if we're screwing it up, let's keep right on doing it. I love the episode on Birthright, and it has inspired me to give it another look. Your coverage of Dark Sun, however, left a bit to be desired."
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. Your choice of the Kira as the snipe hunt was well done, though I don't think one would make a case for it being one of the more dangerous creatures to be encountered on Atlas, as a simple glance into either the Dark Sun box set or the accompanying monstrous companion shows it is one of the weaker creatures one can be expected to encounter. See, this is what Sky is extremely versed in Dark Sun. So, yeah, this is the perspective he's coming from. Okay, continuing. Likewise, your final estimation of Dark Sun as a campaign setting left something to be desired for me personally, that is. Yeah, well, this is what kind of happens when we're reviewing something that none of us are particularly fond of, Robin. I mean, wouldn't you guys agree?
We're trying to
We tried to present it fair, but it is a niche environment, extreme niche environment, like one with Kinders and Goat Dwarfs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to give it a same equivalent, it would be like us asking you to give us a review of Forgotten Realms if Athos is your primary role-playing world, or if you play in Forgotten Realms, us asking you, can you go ahead and give us a review on Kryn? None of us here are really versed on Dark Sun as far as playing it. We all have the references, we have the resources, but it's not something where we all visit often.
Right, yeah. I think I'm out of the four of us, I'm the only one who's played a Dark Sun campaign, and yeah, I didn't particularly like...
I played
I'm
in
sorry, Falon. My fault.
But
also,
hey, it's 2E. It has to be. You have to represent.
Sure.
So
got to represent all the campaign worlds that 2E has fostered. Yeah.
I'm waiting for one of these for like Spelljammer.
Hey, we do have it in the pipe.
Okay.
So
also
yeah.
add into the Corinne thing, or the Kyrie thing, the monster we did. We just randomly picked a monster. When we do Snipe Hunt, we're just doing a random monster, and we just picked one from random. We weren't doing the biggest, the baddest, the most badass. We just decided,
it's not about what's going to provide you your best chance of a TPK. It's what's something interesting, what's weird, what is odd and uniquely Dark Sunish about this monster selection that represents for this theme of a show, and is something that maybe people haven't experienced too often, because you're not going to see us do too many snipe hunts on green slime. Because everybody's done green slime.
Yeah.
Snipe Hunt number 1347, green slime part 75. All right. What one are we doing?
We could do those as like a blanket, like slimes, molds, and jellies.
Yeah. We could
Only if you put Egon Spangler in the beginning of the Snipe Hunt con. I collect spores, molds, and fungus.
Egon, your mucus. Anyway, okay. Now this statement he says, it makes me wonder if he's trolling, because if he's listened to THACO's Hammer, he knows how Glenn feels about certain things. But I continue. I would have thought Glenn especially would be able to appreciate it on its unique merits, meaning Dark Sun. It's rampant psionics. Those 3 words put in there, it's like, you do know Glenn has an active dislike for psionics, right? Its exotic and savage atmosphere and its otherworldly feel without using the crutch of science. Now, I don't know. Now, with that statement, it's like, okay, there are a lot of players, who don't particularly like science fiction elements of any sort in Dark Sun. Not Dark Sun, in D&D in general. Dark Sun kind of comes close to that, but it uses magic a lot more than technology. It's not like, the module S3, for example. Okay.
It's more like the world of gore.
Kinda.
It is.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
it's very gore, yes.
It is gore.
Yeah, it's like gore watered down with John Carter of Mars, to be honest.
Yeah.
With some Conan thrown in there.
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, with a little touch of Conan for flavor. Yeah, but
so it's a very Howard type setting.
It's one of those settings that I find somewhat intriguing, but not enough to play in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
like I wouldn't mind.
I've been intrigued enough to play in it. It just didn't have any staying power for me.
Agreed.
Or for my game group, or for my game master at the time, and we found other things to do. It's kind of a thing you do with a one-off. Yeah. Because how often can you say, "Hey, are we going for water or metal today?"
That's exactly
okay.
It.
I mean,
water or metal, or go kill, or go not use magic.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
It's water or metal or, oh my God, we're slaves. We got to fight in a gladiator pit. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like D&D. Well, it struck me as the same way that Gamma World struck me after playing it for 3 years. I don't want to play this anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one of those.
All we do is wander around, look for bases, try and kill mutant monster things, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
There was we didn't do anything. And Dark Sun struck me the same way. But hey, any setting that has wild halflings riding dinosaurs can't be all bad.
No.
That's
Talisantia.
Yeah, then there's that.
Talisantia was not very nice.
No. But,
all right, so finish his email.
No. He says, I remain an avid listener, and I'm otherwise very pleased with this podcast as it has developed so far. Keep it up.
Well, thanks, buddy.
You gotta be a little more you gotta be a lot more vitriolic than that to get to Russ to really come down on you. I mean, sure, okay.
Yeah,
we will do better next time.
Your emails have not rustled any jimmies.
Well, yeah, exactly. My whole thing about it is, it's like I said when we reviewed Dark Sun, I don't like playing in a game where, survival is its own reward, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately Dark Sun can be extremely like that. It's almost exactly like Full On said. That's the reason why the game fell apart when back in the early 90s. So
let's have to play fictitious representations of archetypes. We will roleplay mass quantities.
Okay, yeah. Now
Dark Sun, Bear Grylls role-playing game.
That's actually funny.
We're gonna die first. Better drink my own pee.
Exactly. The whole thing is, Robin, is that even if we don't like a particular supplement, campaign, kit, rule set, whatever it is, it's druid. Yeah, whatever.
One way we try to make it a little better is to get somebody on. We don't always manage to do that, but we try and get somebody on here who is an expert on that setting.
Yeah,
I believe when we did this last time.
If you would like to revisit other aspects more in depth, or perhaps highlight a Dark Sun adventure in particuer, feel free to come on the show, join in, be a podcaster guest with us.
Yeah,
a can of worms.
We did for the other Halloween. We did a Ravenloft. We had Vince on there because he knew Ravenloft. We had Crispy on there because he knew Birthright.
Correct.
So if anybody out there hey, raise your hand. If we're going to do like Spelljammer, I know Spelljammer backwards and forwards. Well, come on the show then.
And even if we can't get those kind of people, we try to at least present what it is in a, and I hate to use the term, a fair and balanced manner.
Yeah.
Now, that's going to also be we're all human beings. We ain't perfect. We can't be completely objective. It's going to be colored, but hey, whatever. And we're going to present it as objectively as we can, but it is going to be colored by our experiences with whatever it might be.
Remember, it's like talk show hosts. It's our opinion. Take
that's
for
all
what
it
you
is.
want.
Yeah.
But we value yours when you send us emails, because without the listeners, we're nothing.
Yes. And yes, you're right. We are nothing, and this is brought to you by people like you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
All right.
So that's my PBS moment. Anyway, Brian, what else we got?
Okay, we got one from Corey's favorite emailer, Doug. The guy who took him to task a little while ago.
Hiya, Doug.
Yeah, he's written us again. Okay, he says, Hi again, gentlemen. Whoops. And, of course, I do something stupid, and there we go.
I thought what, referring to us as gentlemen?
No, yeah, he referred to us as gentlemen, yeah.
Well, I thought you went, whoops. I said, that wasn't right.
Yeah, no. Okay, he says, thanks for reading my last email. I'm glad that DM Crybaby Pants took it in good spirit, and I'm even more excited that he said he would come back to Unseen Servant.
Are you sure? Are you sure this isn't? Are you sure this isn't Vince under a nom de plume?
Maybe, but I don't know.
Well, you know something? If it was Vince, he'd probably use slightly stronger language.
He would, but deep down, he just wants me to give him a kiss.
Anyway, go on. That's as far as we're going, folks. So let's.
Okay. So far as having a guest PC person on, I would love to volunteer. Full on mention if I was offering. Hell yes, I am. Okay. We'll all right. We'll get a hold of you.
I want to see Corey versus Doug on the show. Yeah.
Is that the reason Doug's all butthurt and is because I DM well on the play-by-post forums, and I left them all hanging because everybody stopped freaking posting. So I was like, you know what? I don't got time for this. I got to get back to the podcast. Sorry, guys, I'm done. Mm-hmm. So I understand. I take it as a compliment that he's upset, and he calls me DM Crybaby because no one would post in my DM. But he's the one who followed me to my podcast to let me know how hurt he was because he enjoyed my DMing so much. So I take it as a compliment, and I want him on the show because I'd like somebody here, even if they're busting my chops.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind it when Vince was here, but that guy gets out of hand.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, the two of you just kind of feed each other.
It's oil and water. Yeah. Anyway, what else does he have to say?
Okay. All right. Now, and then he proceeds to give us his D&D resume as follows. My D&D resume is fairly straightforward. I played the Red Box in the 80s when I was a kid. I have tons of memories of making characters and coming up with ideas of how my character. I was a kid, so I was a terrible DM. Yeah, so was I. I was trying to DM at 12, and it didn't work very well. Yeah. Every map has features like secret traps leading into snake pits, with very little explanation as to why anyone would ever venture to that place at all. It's D&D. Sometimes you don't need an explanation. If it's there, adventurers are going to go look at it. From there, I was gifted on older cousin's first edition AD&D books, and my mind exploded. Ooh, that must have been messy. It was even better than the boxed editions. By this point, I had them all. It was the first edition books with their interior artwork that helped set me on my path for life of becoming an artist. Well, that's a good thing. Fast forwarding a few years to junior high and high school, I met my true nerd love second edition. I really believe that second edition is by far the best. I spent hours and hours playing and loving every minute of it.
And that's why I like you as a player. You're awesome.
There it goes. I read all of Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, Ravenloft, and every other fantasy book under the sun over and over. My enthusiasm for D&D did not make me a better DM, however. I was always so into cool ideas for new weapons or NPC characters or storylines that my game wasn't very fun. I came to the conclusion that I was a much better PC than DM and dedicated myself to making my characters as real as possible. You know what? You know something? A lot of us as players, we do go through that phase too. So don't feel bad.
I wish I would know what that phase is like. I can't get out from behind the damn screen.
You just need to put your foot down and say, look, I want to play every once in a while. I've been DMing for 5 years. Come on.
And there will be 6 people sitting on the player side of the DM screen going, okay, who's DMing?
Yeah, and they just look at each other. Nobody volunteers.
Well, sorry you can't get out from behind, but anyway, go on.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, like most people, my gaming really slowed down after college. At some point, I got rid of most of my books via eBay. As family and work was more of a priority, but I always felt regret that I didn't have time for something I loved so much anymore. This sad story did have a happy ending years later, as I found out about play-by-post games and even podcasts devoted to the game I loved. Encouraged that I could get my game time in segmented bursts, I set about buying the core books from my youth and playing once again. So if you guys are interested in having a PC person on, I would love to volunteer.
Sure.
I promise to bring snacks to the virtual game table. And he says, once again, thanks guys for making such an awesome podcast. Not only does it fill me with hours of amusement, but it also allowed me to connect to something from my youth that I really loved. Doug.
Okay, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
And then he puts a PS on the end. Oh, you are so burned, Doug. He says, PS, please, God, don't read all this crap on the podcast.
You know what? That should have been a pre-script, not a postscript.
Yes. Yes.
Prologue.
Well, so let's see. Answering Mr. Butthurt here. Oh, we got you good. Anyway, play by post. Play a real game. Anyway,
well, some people can't.
Yeah,
so
that's what they make solos for.
Or D20.net.
D20.net. There you go. That'll work.
Or D20 Radio.
Or D20Radio.com. Or Tuttles and Trolls solos. Oh, did I say that? Ooh, sorry. Anyway.
That's good.
Or you can sit in a room and just read your RC because no one wants to play RC with you.
Oh.
Or OSR Gaming has gaming forums. Do we not?
They do.
Yes, we do.
They do.
And he did give us his email and his phone number. So, yes, Doug, we will be contacting you soon, and we will get you on the show and see, see if he can hang.
Forward me that email.
Okay, done.
See our female secretary, Brian, for screening.
He's an administrative assistant.
Sorry. Oh, my
Not
goodness.
a question.
You know what burns me? They made National Secretaries Week the same week as my birthday. Just throwing that out.
Okay.
I'm tired of getting flowers. Anyway.
You need to take that up with your wife, Chief.
AKA his boss.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, do the dishes, and when you're done, come in here and take down this dictation.
Mm-hmm.
On your
He's like, whoa,
exactly. Oh, man.
Stop chasing me around the dining room table.
Wow. All right.
Anyway, so
another email.
Dave, thank you.
Doug.
That's the other reason Alistair won't come out of Undermountain. He's busy maintaining a hostile work environment.
Yep.
He's up to his neck in sexual harassment assault.
He just has a very large warehouse down there of child labor laws. They're all making iPhones and iPods down there.
When did this turn into an episode of Three's Company?
Come and knock on our door. Can I be Larry? I totally want to be Larry.
You would be Larry.
Because if we were the Griffins, I would totally be Quagmire.
Well, that means Glenn's Mr. Roper.
Oh, yeah. Not.
This is true.
Oh, that's right.
So,
okay.
Okay. Tangent over.
Making your way in the world today is everything you got. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway. So
they know my name, damn it. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. You want to do one more email, or are we done?
We can do another one.
No, do we have short ones? Do we have time for one?
Bring it.
Well, the one we read on the first iteration, yeah, that one's fairly long. Let me see what I can do. Oh, okay, we got somebody. Okay. Go ahead.
For those at home listening, we've done this show previously. We're redoing this show. So if you hear us referencing anything, which I'm about to do, it's because we should have half a copy of one show already done.
that I threw away.
We have an email
we're that in quality control.
I threw the whole.
Skype threw up on us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind then.
I figured
if we already had the email section still from the first half, you could just cut and paste that into this. But
well, it's a little late now. Okay.
Would that be nice?
Yeah. Who'd have thought it? Okay.
I don't know. He's hurt.
Yeah,
I do it.
yeah.
Edit them together into a mishmash of greatest hits.
Yeah, and if my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, here's a relatively short one. Okay, this one's from Lon Jr.
Why do you stink? No, is that short enough? Okay, Lon.
Ron
go ahead.
Cheney Jr. writes us on the eve of the Lycanthrope show.
Yeah.
Is he walking with the Queen?
No, unfortunately not.
But his hair is perfect.
It's shiny. Okay, he says, finally was able to listen to your reviews of Night Below, and I thought I'd share my attempt. First off, I ran this at Faerun, but I eschewed most of the first look, only because I'd started to run 2E Gaming Cormier with a missing High Lord. Mistake number one. I was able to slip in the search of Jelenith at some point. Oh, slip it in. Okay, that's what he meant. I also used the keep I used was a forgotten castle called Griffin Castle, and any more would be a tangent. Yeah, it would. Started off with book 2 and the first time with the meeting of the Deep Gnome and showing them the secret way that they can't use yet pissed off my players. Mistake number 2. And so began a very long grind for these guys. Fought the dragon and won easily. I have since realized I ran the dragon horribly. They took their licks with the trolls. And I didn't follow the book's advice that the troll fight is an XP grab. They allied with one group to fight the other, and before the first group knew it, they were being taken down, which I thought was very good. My third mistake was twofold. The Temple of Jubilex should have been deadly, and I let Jelenith come in far too early. They found her in one of the caverns before they got to the glass pool and refused to go any further.
Yep.
That's exactly what. Yeah. Yeah. You gave them the carrot and you didn't lead them on with it. However, listening to you guys talk about it makes me want to run it again, even pondering what I could do now that since I ran it last.
What you could do is add the murder hole.
Oh,
just so I help full on there a bit.
Well done, Glenn. That's me applauding you. Well done. As a final note, thank you for your advice about clerics and magic. I had an odd notion in my head about not all the clergy having powers. Your advice made me rethink that, and I've since changed my mind on it. Thank you, and my players, thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, don't. Are you speaking for your players?
Yeah.
My players, thank you. Yeah, my dead players, thank you.
Well, if the clergy has powers, then it can help them.
They're not dead. They're simply enslaved by the things that win if you don't keep going in Night Below. Because everyone else is too busy to worry about stopping them.
So, yeah, that was his email.
Thank you for Lon Cheney.
Thank you, Lon.
Thank you, Lon. Thank you, Lon. We're glad to contribute to the quality of your game. Hope we were useful in some aspect. If you're going to give it a redo, there are assets available in the library of OSRgaming.com.
So go get them.
Or OSRgaming.org, and look for some of those knickknacks and wuzzits that could make your game flow better, or maybe give you some ideas of how to insert it into a world set of your choosing.
The one that says mdrhole.zip.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but there's other stuff too. There's some tips for running it in the realms. There's some tips for running it in other settings. But enjoy.
But boy, is the murder hole fun. Full on. I'm expecting my check next week. Anyway.
No kidding. Man.
You'd rather have a map, I know.
Wow, yeah. You're going to need another chamois. You're washing him up something good.
Anyway. Soap in his rope.
Yeah, no.
Whoa.
Okay.
This is a children's show.
All right.
Not anymore.
Pass me the rum.
Yeah.
This is a children's show. Pass me the rum. Okay, that's.
Why is the rum gone? There were trolls.
Yes. They're alcoholics.
So give us. You could be read on the show. You could be read on. We can read your emails here if you send them at thacoshammer@gmail.com, and even do voicemails too. Wow.
We do voicemail. Do you know what the number is, Glenn? I do. It's 405-806-0555.
What's the number? See, I was late.
Oh, sorry.
Bummer.
All right.
If you want to join us on the show and you have a bit or a skill or a particular worldlet that you want to give your opinion on in grand style, all you need to do is Skype with us.
Yeah, and you need somebody who juggles. No, wait a minute. No, that won't work. Never mind. Let's get on to the next section. It's called It's in the Book.
Yes, let's
start the show.
You ever go to school, stupid?
Yeah, and I come out the same way.
Is that your idea of an idea?
It's in the book.
It's in the book. All right, here's the big bad. Lycanthropy, what it is and isn't. And is there really a cure?
okay.
Really? And does
I remember this show.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Like I said, yeah. This is take 2, if you will. Okay.
I know. I just remembered the whole duty thing. Never mind. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
This is the same show, but the other show was Lycanthropy Light. This is 10% more BS.
Yeah, more BS for the same price. Absolutely free. Okay, so going straight from the DM, basically says, lycanthropy is one of the more feared diseases that can strike a character.
Right.
People tend to think, or at least the majority of players early on tended to think that lycanthropy was an actual disease. It's more of a curse / disease. It's sort of a hybrid, if you will.
Yeah.
And even though it says in DM, it's like, it's an ability, but it's an ability. No, it's not, because most lycanthropes don't want. Most people don't want to be stricken with lycanthropy because tends to mess with them.
Also known as where insert animal here.
Yeah, exactly. Where tiger, where bear, where fox,
where worm.
Yeah,
where
dragon. Yeah. The list goes on and on. Whenever the character is wounded by a true lycanthrope, there's a 1% chance per hit point of damage that the character is stricken with lycanthropy. Right. The DM makes the check in secret, and the character never learns of their fate until it's too late, which is how it should be done.
Unless you're in Ravenloft, where it's 2%. What?
Yeah.
And just as a warning, in most games, wereflumps are killed on sight.
Yeah, because people get really, really freaked out about wereflumps. Okay.
Methods of lycanthropy are in fact 3. The one is the inherited, true-born, true lycanthropy. Mm-hmm. Born that way, bred that way, just like Teen Wolf.
Yep.
Second is the pathologic lycanthropy, the infected. Bit, damaged, wounded, turned.
Yep.
And lastly, there is the maledictive, the true curse with a capital C curse.
Where somebody lays it on you. And the fourth, fourth.
But fourth is right out. But yes, it does happen that way on occasion, and usually when you really snark somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really
behind the DM.
If you really piss off that gypsy,
who happens to be a weird tiger, but she doesn't, she just doesn't let anybody know. Yeah. Yeah. You might end up one day, looking at the full moon and just, that's the last thing you see for a while.
Right.
Or any other of these specific triggers, of which there are many.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. The way that in the DM they suggest that it's run, when, of course, at first, I forget how long it is. I think it's a year or whatever, but for that period of time, the change during the full moon is completely uncontrollable.
Right.
And, when the moon rises and, when the moon rises, that's when, the character changes and DM says, give me your character sheet because you don't have control of your character anymore. And, that's when you go off and do, not so nice things.
That's when you go off and make another character.
Right. Well, that was the way it was run back in the day. In Basic. Yeah, back in the day, because they didn't have supplements like Night Howlers or whatever it is.
Yeah, I got that one.
Or Von Richten's Monster Hunters Compendium, Volume 1, Section the 2nd.
Exactly.
I need those sets of books.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And you know what? Be lucky you're playing in 2E, because in Basic, if you're an elf or a dwarf and you get lycanthropy, you're dead.
Yeah.
You are dead. It just kills you outright.
Right.
I used to be a halfling, but he got lycanthropy right there.
Yeah, which to me I never understood, and I never understood, the whole. Nah, never mind. That's a whole different tangent. Now they do suggest that using a remove curse spell will allow you to free yourself from lycanthropy, but it must be cast on one of the nights when the changes occur. Then you make a saving throw versus polymorph, and if you make it, then you break the lycanthropy and it's not affected again. Right. Of course, unless he's infected by another lycanthrope once again. So, but that's the more simple way to do it. I think Full On has a little more information about it.
Oh, yes. There are many, many ways to do it. That is the short, simple way. Cure lycanthropy, remove curse, neither the trigger element, and, make your save. Too easy. Curse broken. However, if you want to go a little bit more in depth, you can choose this option, such as is used in the Demiplane of Dread.
Yeah.
Thus, the original source of the contagion, the true lycanthrope that the infected victim started the chain of contagion, must first be destroyed. Not destroyed, no cure can be used at all.
Now,
once the master lycanthrope is dead, you must perform a ritual of piety and penance to cleanse yourself.
Wow.
The specifics are left to the DM. Next, the victim must assume bestial form, get it triggered. While they're in this form, the priest must cast the following spells: Atonement, Cure Disease, and Remove Curse.
My God.
During which you must make the saving throw versus death magic. Success indicates the cure is complete. Failure means that you're likely to have a dual existence of lycanthrope for the duration of your life.
So it's a one shot deal.
Or if you just have
Additionally, 10th level rangers have the ability to create an herbal draught that has a chance to cure lycanthropy. This is a magic item creation from 251 of the Domains of Dread.
Really?
Yes.
Rangers of all people. Okay.
Rangers.
Huh. How about that?
They're quasi-druids.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Or if you just happen to be buddies with the Avatar of Bane, just have him yank it out of your body and break its neck.
Break its neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's that, but that, like I said in the previous iteration, that's one of the best ways of describing curing lycanthropy from a god's point of view.
And that was the best scene in the whole Avatar trilogy.
One of the other ways to get afflicted or infected with lycanthropy, aside from biting, scratching, clawing, and whatever, you could have more than intimate relations, biting, scratching, clawing, or whatever.
And all things that accompany it, yeah.
If you happen to die in a fight with a lycanthrope and are subsequently resurrected, your disease chance is 100%, not just 2% per...
Are you serious? Really?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so when someone dies from a lycanthrope, you're not carrying with them to go, come on, we're going to get him reincarnated or no.
Reincarnate works. Reincarnate works. It's not that body. If you bring back that body, you have problems.
Yeah, raised dead or resurrection, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
so now you're a kobold.
Yep. Yeah.
Can I be a were-kobold? No! Oh, man.
Now, if you just use a cure disease or remove curse before you resurrect them, clean bill of health, no problem.
Right.
You got your little shot of wuzza, and then you're good to go.
Right. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you have to pretty much find out what you need in order to make sure that, you don't come back as one. Because you still have, now you've exchanged the problem of being dead for being, a lycanthrope.
First.
And now, there's another thing that you can do if you are quick on the trigger. In the Monstrous Manual Tome, it talks about eating belladonna within an hour of the attack.
Yeah.
It gives you a 25% chance to cure the afflicted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Keep it from taking. Yeah.
What if you eat 4 helpings?
And all kinds of horrible things like that. And, of course, we don't have to tell anybody that has absolutely no chance of working in Ravenloft.
Oh, of course not. Because
Stop going to Ravenloft for this.
Yeah, don't go to Ravenloft.
God.
And if you see the mist swarming, as you're changing into lycanthrope form, you have full permission to punch your DM in the nose. Because you're pretty much done at that point.
Yeah, I think it would be more appropriate waking up naked in the woods next to like a body of a deer or maybe a female elf that's all bloody, and waking up in Ravenloft, because the deed of what you've done while in lycanthropic form would bring the mists. I don't think changing into a werewolf would actually summon the mists.
No,
then you can punch your DM and go, really? I'm naked in Ravenloft? Really? Yep, enjoy that.
Yeah.
But what if you're a psionicist lycanthrope, or mage lycanthrope, or priest lycanthrope who can summon their own mists, and they just took notice? Oh, really?
Naked,
come on in.
Naked in Ravenloft.
We have use for you.
That's the next forgotten. That's
Cunningly.
that's the next Forgotten Realms novel. Naked in Ravenloft.
That's my fetish.
I keep thinking of Harry Dean Stanton in the Avengers. You got a condition, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually funny. Oh, speaking of that, yes, I finally watched The Avengers.
Good.
Finally? You haven't
Finally.
seen it since then?
Yeah, I wanted to see it in the theaters, but I just couldn't get it together and didn't have the money. And then, I finally renewed. Actually, it's my girlfriend's mother who gave us her Netflix account, and we actually watched it. I watched it then.
Good. Wasn't it great?
Oh, it was awesome.
Did you watch to the very end?
Of course I did.
Yes.
Did you like Thanos?
Very end?
Yeah, with Thanos, yes.
Yes. Wasn't
And
that great?
Did you see him eating shawarma?
No,
Yeah.
I missed that. That's
there's-
after the credits are done?
Yeah,
Oh,
after they're done, they're all sitting in the shawarma restaurant.
Oh, awesome.
A half destroyed shawarma restaurant.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll bet. Okay. All right, back to our
Now he knows what he means when I say puny god. Anyway.
Puny God.
Puny god.
But there's more to it. Okay, we've talked about the biological aspect of the physical aspect of, so today you're a werewolf or a whatever. But there are other consequences as well. There are psychological and emotional consequences as well, such as if you don't happen to be chaotic good, but your werebear is, you will be soon.
Yeah, your alignment will change eventually. That's one reason why you want
Of
to be.
all the lycanthropes you can hope to be, if you have to be a lycanthrope, a werebear is it.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, basically. Because, then you just... Yeah, exactly.
Represent the stripes.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And believe me, I love to be a werebear anyway, going into battle and triggering that. Ho, ho, ho. Come here, Drow.
Now, in the 2E books, they took something away that was in the 1E that I prefer and actually played under the first time I ever had to deal with a lycanthrope character of mine own. And that was the fact that if you stay a lycanthrope for a long term, you will develop insanity.
Really?
Particular, yes.
Wow.
Thou shalt become insane.
How do werebears become insane? How does it
The insanity can be rolled randomly or selected for severe anguish caused by the disease by the DM.
Okay.
Well, that was the old school representative of it, and I imported that over into my 2E world and my 3E world and so on. And so.
Now, see, that's just a bummer.
Werebears go insane by killing elves for the picnic baskets.
Well, you see,
I got infected with delusional insanity and kept trying to kill that imposter cat lord.
Nice.
Well, I'm thinking that kind of thing smells of let's keep the PCs from wanting to be werebears.
Yeah, it is.
Please,
pretty much.
That has absolutely no damping effect on that because I know those. Have you looked at the one? Have you looked at the 1E DMG tables on insanity? There's some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, I think right now, I think between the four of us, I think we own half of that table chart just between the four of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're a summer, and Brian's a winter.
Winter, never mind. I was about to say something, but never mind.
I am the three storms that work for David Lopan.
Yes, who's Lopan?
My God will be pleased and my curse will be lifted. And go off and rule the universe from beyond the grave. Indeed.
David Lopan style.
Oh, God. But
now, this really pisses me off to no end.
Wow.
You were not placed on this world to get it.
No comment.
No comment. Okay. I think we're done.
And that's a definition of wares, more or less, in the D&D world anyway. So let's go on to people skills.
The face is familiar.
It's mine.
And so it is.
Oh, yes, of course. It stands out a mile, doesn't it? He's so common.
A little lady comes in here and starts throwing her butt around. What is that supposed to do?
All right, forget I said anything.
Maybe I will.
Well, that's pretty good.
But don't tell me you weren't looking at it.
Well, that's not half bad.
She's giving it right back to you.
People skills.
People skills. We already talked about some of this. Contacting lycanthropy. What happens next? Well, you turn into it and you come out of it and you know, go, my God, what have I done?
Come you go, you in, you out, you in, you out, you in, you out.
Yeah.
Eventually, hey, you got to cope, you got to deal.
Yeah.
Or get it cured somehow.
There's probably the main thing.
Quest material in the making.
Okay, let's go through it.
All right.
Well, okay. The first thing is to eat some belladonna right off the bat and have a 1 in 4 chance of carrying it immediately.
I carry a blender with me.
And of course, the DM should take that role and do it himself, and let the PC sweat his nuts off for a campaign month. When the full moon comes, and he's like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," and then you look at the full moon and nothing happens. Then it's like, yeah.
Belladonna smoothie.
Exactly.
Well, even in the old Universal Wolfman pictures, Larry Talbot eventually did get cured of lycanthropy.
He did?
He did in, I believe it was House of Dracula. It's just that Abbott and Costello meet Dracula is kind of out of canon. Because they needed him to be a werewolf in that. But yeah, in the last one, he finally got cured of lycanthropy.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of sad. Let's see. Okay, the DMG version, which is to have a cleric or a mage cast remove curse while you're transforming. Mm-hmm. That's one. I mean, the other one,
and that has a high level of risk for the caster.
Yeah, if that saving throw is not made, you better have a way to deal with it. Or if that
spell fizzles.
One of the two. Yeah. That of course was the laundry list that Full On mentioned. And I'm like, gee, for being in Ravenloft, I understand it. Right. For a standard game, I would really be mad. Because that means if you don't have immediate access to all those spells, then you have to go to a church or a mage or even whatever else you might have to do. Yeah, and then you're going to be bound to that person for a while. Because it'd be like, I've got something for you to do.
Like I said, it's quest material in the making.
Yep. Yeah, all of it's quest material, really.
But casting a spell while he's changing. I'm reminded of the punchline of that dirty joke. What is it? If the chain breaks, shoot the dog. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And, I mean...
There's other solutions out there, too, if you want to think outside the box. If you can't deal with being chaotic evil, all you need is a helm of opposite alignment.
Yeah. which is actually, it kind of works. And it's basically countering the effects of one curse with another.
Yeah.
which is not.
If they start trumping each other once and over again, you can just keep dipping into that bucket and hunting down more items that affect things for you, such as that.
Well, if you're a werewolf mage and you have a high enough intelligence, putting on a helm of opposite alignment would make you Wile E. Coyote, right?
Super genius.
Yes.
Intelligence of 19.
Yeah. Something like that.
Oh,
it's a wisdom of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what was I thinking about?
Other things you have to deal with is the painful processes that have to come a side effect of that, because since you're dealing with the uncontrolled transition instead of the controlled transition of a true lycanthrope, well, even with those two, you're going to have to deal with the what type of armor are you wearing and how much damage are you going to take for changing while you wear it. Otherwise, how quick can you get at the skill of shucking and chucking and down in the middle of a fight or before a fight?
I thought you were about to say shucking and jiving. I'd be like, what?
Shucking and jiving?
There's some other ways too. Full on, back me up on
that would be the werewolf bard.
Yeah, that's true.
Back me up on this, full on. Isn't there a few like magic items in like the Encyclopedia of Magica that cures like?
Oh yes, there are magic items that will inflict lycanthropy of one
but I'm saying
form or another.
they have all sorts of like medallions and potions and other things like that are made just for this.
Yes, there are. There are things crafted to give you the ability to control lycanthropy. There are things that are crafted to give someone the ability to control a lycanthrope. Not yours, someone else's. There are things designed to inflict it, like the cloak of Manta Ray.
This is my buddy. He's a werewolf. What happens when he changes? I get this medallion on. I get to tell him what to do.
Exactly. But in the end, the DM can come up with, whatever quest and crazy hoops that you have to jump through to get rid of it because, you go into a murderous, uncontrollable rage along with physical transformation that basically is going to lead to you either being hunted down or just being, the DM just looking at you after a while and just saying, okay, give me your character sheet. You're rolling a new one. You're out. You can't do it. Or go ahead.
I'm going to play stupid here for a minute. Anyway, I know of the cure spells, cure light wounds, cure medium wounds, blah, 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 blah. Is there not a spell called healing?
Yes.
Okay. What level is it? And can it be made
level?
And can it be made into a potion?
Okay.
And will it cure lycanthropy?
Okay, it just so happens I have my hard copy of the Player's Handbook right here.
All right, tell us about it.
I will look that up.
Good idea.
Because I've never really heard of someone using the heal spell to cure lycanthropy.
Well, the heal spells, from what I remember, was a super duper type of cure wounds.
Yeah, it's basically more or less a cure-all. Yeah, I agree. But
because cure-all is a basic will cure lycanthropy, and I think this may do it too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, cure-all. Yeah, cure-all is a Beckney invention.
Yep.
But
I think you might even be able to pull off something like that with certain specific clerical spheres that are dealing with the moon or shapeshifters.
Might be. Okay. It says, all mental disorders, diseases, dispels feeble mind. You know what? This is a DM's call. But you know what? Considering that, it all depends on whether it comes back to that whole argument of whether lycanthropy is an actual full on disease or is it a curse?
Well, I always thought he was
my knuckles are kind of hairy, so.
I always thought he was
I said knuckles, not palms, Corey.
Okay.
Well,
another old school rule from your 1E veterans of the change table for lycanthropes is your percentage chance to control it. That talks about how many years have you been a adventuring lycanthrope.
Yes.
After 6 years, as the player character, if you've lived with it that long, you have full control, just like a true lycanthrope.
But you're insane then.
And then
you are insane as well.
Yeah, and you want to know what the heal spell would work then, because it cures insanity. So I think, it's a DM's call, but I would say that the heal spell itself would not cure lycanthropy, but it might cure the secondary issues that lycanthropy brings. In Full-On's case, insanity. So
I always thought of Full-On as a weird gamer. He goes does the army stuff, and then on a full moon
Take me away, hee hee, ho ho, ha ha, to the gaming table where life is wonderful all the time, and I'll be happy to roll these dice with those men with the nice white hats.
Yep. So yeah, I mean that's the whole thing. It comes down to how easily or how more difficult will it be to get off of the hook of being infected with lycanthropy. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, this is
in my view.
Yeah, this is a long-term thing. This is a campaign thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and if you want to review your lycanthropic plots, points, and media archives, there are a number of things out there if you know where and how to look. You have your Twilight, but whatever.
Yeah, let's leave that alone.
Your classic tropes of the old school Hammer films, werewolf. You've got things like Van Helsing.
Yes.
You've got Underworlds.
Universal. And
Being Human, British and American.
Well, you know what? True Blood.
I also have to.
True Blood has some fun stuff in it. There's the
I also
old
have to realize.
what was that,
bring
Corey?
it up. I have to bring it up again because I brought it up the last time we did it. Jack
Okay.
Nicholson as Wolf.
Jack Nicholson as Wolf, yes.
That was badass.
Yeah.
Very. The Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Brotherhood
It's
of the
French.
Wolf.
I have that. Yeah,
The
I have
Wolf
that
is
movie.
French, but it's a foreign film that's worth watching.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Absolutely. Call.
Simply for Bellucci.
And
Bellucci.
got an old TV series that was on long back ago in the day before we had, glittering vampires and fuzzy and cute and fuzzy CGI werewolves. It was old school sci-fi or old school friggin' real prosthetic Howling style. Oh yeah, the Howling movie.
Yeah, The Howling.
The Howling.
American Werewolf in London.
The American Werewolves as well, but there was also a TV show called Werewolf.
Yes.
Yep.
With Chuck Connors.
Believe it or not.
As the Pappy Werewolf.
Awesome. It had your full Krenos-style werewolves, no little dog beasts running around there.
Did you just glue it up in here with the word Krenos?
Yes, I did.
That's epic. You get extra XP from me. That's badass.
And let me haul out an old school, old fart film buff reference of something other than a wolf. Val Lewton's Cat People.
Old version and new version.
New version with the newer version with Nastasha Kinski.
Cat People?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yes.
Cat
Absolutely.
People and Return of the Cat People and, all that kind of stuff.
Wait a minute, stop. They did a sequel?
No, that was the original.
That's right.
Curse
that's
of the Cat People was the
Curse of the Cat People.
From the,
okay.
But no,
from like the 50s, wasn't it?
It was 40s, and
40s, okay.
Yeah, and you never. I mean, she thought she was cursed to turn into like a jaguar or something, and you really saw her change, but you saw this jaguar wandering around. So take for that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Meow.
Meow, dude.
She believe it or not, she gets horny. She turns into a jaguar.
Funny.
Wow.
That's a sad way to exist.
Yeah, the original stars Simone, who's an actress I just cannot stand. Anyway, which is why I don't watch the movies all that much. But yeah, you got all sorts of examples out there. Tell us about it, folks. THACOshammer@gmail.com. How about that? And let's go into Snipe Hunt.
If you only had a living brain.
What do you think? Escaped gorilla?
Listen, you're making enough noise to wake up the dead. I don't have to wake him up. He's up.
It's time for a Snipe Hunt.
Snipe Hunt! Hi guys, we're going to talk about, in one corner, the werewolf. In one corner, the wolf were. Wolf, their castle. Anyway.
Oh, speaking of that, I forgot who asked about it. I did a little search on the Dungeon Crawl Adventures. There are 3. One is the Lost Level. One's Mad Goth's Castle. The other one's Stardock. I think that's
Stardock.
Yeah, that's
Stardock is the one.
But I think the Undermountain one's the only one that had to do with Undermountain.
No, they're
all in Undermountain.
Yeah,
Stardock, you actually fight Hallister like in space while he's trying to build a spaceship or something weird. It's like inner space. He's got like a Stardock deep underground that is a spell. It's really weird. I was like,
Josie and the Pussycats don't turn up, do they?
No, but it was almost as bad as when I picked up that first edition module and I was like, why are there dudes in armor with laser pistols on this cover? What the hell's going on? Like, it was really weird reading that one. I was just like, this is weird.
Wow. Anyway, werewolf versus wolfware. A wolfware, in case you don't know, is a wolf that can turn into a man. The
wolf that can shape change into a man. Yes. Which, they use that to their advantage quite often.
They're intelligent. They're intelligent wolves.
And then there's the werewolf, which we have been, discussing, more or less since we started.
But believe me,
Wolfware is a whole lot more like the original write-up of The Howling.
Yes, agreed.
Original novel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the novel. I agree.
And it's pretty powerful. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
We got a write-up on this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. It is on page 363 of your Monsters Manual.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That is for the Wolfware.
Uh-huh. And
how do they stack up?
Okay.
Lycanthropes, the werewolves, are on 240 of your same book.
Okay.
And you can hold them all up together and just look at those 2 pages side by side because they're on opposite sides of the book. So
yeah, you could.
They are,
careful,
let's see, werewolves are fair, wolfwares are found in forests. So, stay away from the tree huggers and you stay away from the wolfwares.
Yeah.
Frequency, common for the werewolf, rare for the wolfware.
Mm-hmm.
Organization, wolfwares are solitaries, whereas werewolves are packs.
Of course. With pack rules.
Of course,
however,
yes.
the wolfware is 75% likely to be running with a pack of wolves.
I was just going to say.
Which are 70% likely to be wargs, not just wolves. So,
werewolves?
Your mileage may vary. Wargs.
Werewolves?
Or just wargs.
Yeah, wargs.
Werewolves.
So we can go left here and fight a pack of werewolves, or we can go right and fight that pack of wargs.
You might survive.
There's a
warg.
wolfware over there.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that if you encounter a Krenos-form whatever fur-bear environment that wants to eat your face during the daytime, you're fighting a wolf-were because they're available to act at any time of day, whereas werewolves are only nighttime.
Yep.
Got to have that moon up.
Yep.
So eclipses exempted, of course.
Yep.
The one time when the moon and the sun are in the sky at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Thus,
course,
the curse will be broken.
Yep. Let's see.
Of course,
Wolfware-
I would throw in there to lead them all and pull their strings a vampire because one of vampire's forms is a wolf.
Yeah, and he would be in charge.
He would be. He would
Definitely like to be. Now he'd have to engineer his skills a little bit better to control that wolf-were because the wolf-were is high to exceptional intelligence, whereas the werewolf is only average.
What about vampires?
Average. Oh God, vampires
Genius.
are like genius.
Yeah, they're genius.
Oh, they have no problem controlling the wolf-were. No.
Well, what about like a group of wolves, regular wolves running in a pack, and like you find out like the one is a wolf-were, and then multiple ones transform into the wolf-were, and they're like, dude, you're a wolf-were? Dude, so am I. Oh my God, I totally never knew this whole time.
Yeah.
Are we fighting, or are you guys gonna like hug it out, or what?
I don't want to go anywhere near where they're fighting. There'd be scat.
Fast way is water. Throw the hose on them.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, we're fighting some werewolves and wolf-wares. We got our swords in one hand and a rolled up newspaper in the other.
Exactly.
And I got a water bottle. Squirt, squirt, squirt.
Yeah.
Get off the carpet.
So other advantages of encountering them, wolf-wares, number appearing, even though they're solitary, is 1 to 3.
Okay.
Whereas the werewolves, they've been getting folks infected, so it's 3d6 of them, 3 to 18.
Yeah. That's the major difference. You could only fight, 1 to 3 wolf-wares plus their, if they have a pack of wolves with them.
Well, I saw wolf-wares, the guy living outside of town in the log cabin or shack by himself.
No,
type of thing.
Well, since they're both chaotic evil in alignment, I would be like he'd be on the outside, waiting for the population of such a town to stray away from it, so he can just jump them. Now the werewolf will they might just kill such a person or turn them. The werewolf will kill them straight up.
That's another thing about them.
Mm-hmm.
About their number of attacks.
Mm-hmm.
When the wolf-were hits you and the werewolf hits you, when they come at you claw and fang, the werewolf, it's got to actually work more than one round to kill a fighter at max hit points.
True. Yeah, because
a wolf-were, on the other hand, a really buff wolf-were, can kill a barbarian with a single strike if he max damages at first level.
It's true.
Oh.
Yep.
So, if you want to have that wonderful fighting scene where suddenly the thing bursts into fur and fang and starts slashing at people and people go down screaming and holding on to their guts, or people start just having arms and legs lopped off and heads go flying around the corner, you know a difference in tone of what you're fighting.
Yeah, throats torn out and things like that, yeah.
I'm getting an idea.
Okay.
I'm getting an idea about wolf wares.
Uh-huh.
What if they were working a scam or working an area like a area where people aren't supposed to go, but they get trapped once in a while, and they were working with devil swine?
I could see werewolves doing it, not so much wolf wares. The other thing is that if wolf wares and werewolves are in the same territory, they absolutely hate each other and they will attack each other on sight.
Yeah, they will bypass the human adventurers and they will just go at each other.
True. Okay.
It's like the Jets and the
It can be very useful to low-level human adventurers.
That's true.
Oh, I'm in the wrong part of the forest. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah,
bookmark this area. We'll come back later.
Yeah, we'll come back once you guys have worked out.
Let's you and him fight. Yeah.
Bye. Now one of the wolf wares' special abilities is their song. They can actually sing. They actually take forms of unassuming humans or humanoids, and this is what they do.
Assuming or exceptional.
Yeah.
Really like to go for. They're very vain. They go for the exceptional.
Yeah.
They want to be fabulous and get your attention.
One of their favorite. What is so funny, Glenn?
I see a bunch of wolf wares there.
Oh God! Stop! Behave yourself. No, what they usually like to do is I could see a wolf were tracking a party and it's predominantly male, and it'll be something like out of Conan, Conan the Barbarian, where it's this really wild looking, sexy looking woman, and she's like, come and sit with me. I will give you food, I will give you water, and putting some sort of sleep drug in there, and
Come sit by my fire.
Yes, don't you want to be warmed by my fire?
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Conqueror.
Oh man. Anyway, enough of that. Stop. Never mind. That's like my.
And they don't. They're not just crazy, stupid wolves. They are actually very intelligent. And when they're talking about changing into these other forms, like pilgrims or minstrels, they also play stringed instruments, which can also impart their song.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes. You were wonderful guests. Let me play a song for you and bless you. Oh.
Hell, they just idly play while they stroll along and whip you up into a frenzy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
rather
not a frenzy.
Lethargy.
Yes, exactly. If you hear the wolfware song, you have to make a save versus spell or be overcome with lethargy, which is the same effect as a slow spell for 5 to 8 rounds.
And you have a certain percentage chance of them just wanting to make little wolfwares.
Yeah. Well, then they'll probably end up killing you.
True.
But yeah, once that happens, that's when they shift to their half wolf, half human form and strike.
And they also like to use weapons while they do it. So that's 2 to 12 and weapon for their number of attacks. Werewolves, 2 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. I threw a couple of good ideas out there for werewolves and wolf wares. What are you guys going to do with it?
I'm going to choose the proper equipment to go up against either or of them, which would be, of course, your magical +1 or better magical weapons, or for the non-magically inclined or equipped, or your DM isn't going to let you have a +1 sword today, that would be silver for the lycanthrope, for the werewolf specific, and cold iron for the wolfware, yes.
Yep.
Or one of fireballs for any of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
I thought wolfware.
In the immortal words of my favorite.
However, that wolfware, if he takes your fireball and laughs at you because he made his 10% magic resistance,
I hit him again.
Oh, yeah. He come fetch the stick. Hand may or may not be attached.
Mike was apparently Mike and Liz were playing in a Barrier Peaks game, and they ran up against a mind flayer. And he hit him with a magic missile. It's like, 90% magic resistant. Let's see if he's 90% grenade resistant. Click, throw. Anyway.
Grenade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that's probably cold iron, huh?
Yeah, cold iron.
Cold iron. They have that demonic heritage.
Yeah.
Now to make it even more confusing,
the Fey heritage.
Yes, Fey heritage.
Full on, should we even make it even more confusing for those players out there wondering what they're going up against? We could talk about the Loop Guru.
Oh, boy.
Guru. Those are other things that lurk out there into your snipe hunt that could throw you off the scent. Yeah. There are the Loop Guru. There are various other caninoid, humanoid species out there, if your GM is one such that imports things.
And the whole animal kingdom of wares.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah.
Where shark, where spider, where bat, where badger, where crocodile, where I said shark, but it's worth saying again. Where sheep,
where orca,
where bison.
Where bison. Don't have a bad day around us.
Oh, that was where sheep. No.
Yeah.
Where sheep. Of course, I wouldn't want to play the were skunk, but
my particular favorite, the were panther. That is my favorite because
why?
I just like big black cats.
You know, it could be worse than the shepherd who saves his flock from the ravening werewolf, or the adventurers who save the shepherd from the ravening werewolf. They forget that he also saved some of his flock.
And and he tried to, and he said, "Let's get the flock out of here."
No,
sorry. Huh?
Werewolf infected sheep.
What? Oh, stop!
What?
Yes, I would do it in a heartbeat. Wounded sheep from a shepherd that was saved from a werewolf attack get inflicted with lycanthropy. They're not elves. They don't die.
Come on.
Well, in that case, tonight it's mutton.
Where do you think the wolf in sheep's clothing idea came from?
Oh God, let's not even talk.
Obviously.
About no.
And then they would transform just like the Thing.
Oh God.
What about like that movie Black Sheep, where there's zombie sheep?
Oh jeez. All right. I'm calling it. Stop. We're going too far.
Are the Ninja Turtles were-turtle? No. Anyway.
No, the turtle wares.
Turtle wares, yes.
Anyway, tell us all about your werewolf wolfware. Do something with them. Tell us about it. THACO@gmail.com. And we got a number, Corey?
405-806-0555.
Yeah, we're putting number 78 to bed.
And you can post among us on osrgaming.org or d20radio.com.
And we are also on Facebook and Twitter, so, hit us up, and we're on various message boards.
Just open your browser and take a smell. You'll find us.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway. one more thing I wanted to bring up.
What's that?
Before we go, any of you listeners out there who want some more information directly from us and aren't members of these forums, which you should become members because they're really cool forums. But if you're looking for some of the software and some of the information and data sheets and other PDFs and other information of classes that we talk about, I am going to start adding some files to the THACO's Hammers files portion on our Facebook page.
I didn't know we had a files portion.
We have a files portion. So I'm going to start adding in on the Facebook page in the files. So we'll put some links on the main page on Facebook.
Get Murder Hole up there.
I thought I did put Murder Hole up there.
On the Facebook
On Facebook?
page?
No, not on the Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm talking about actually adding it onto the Facebook page, so that way people who go to the Facebook page and click like or whatever, they can just grab the files there.
Actually, I have
better scans of the map.
Okay. Because we all have copies of the Murder Hole. I can just put it up.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I don't think our full-on gamer is on Facebook, believe it or not.
No, I stay away from the Facebook.
I stay away from the face. Weird face.
No, I don't. I go straight for the face, but I stay away from the face.
Anyway,
and on that note,
I know what we're going to close the Splat book. Say goodnight, Brian.
Until next time, folks. If you are in the forest and you encounter a hybrid man-wolf thing, just remember, carry a silver weapon and carry a cold iron weapon just in case, because you don't know which one it is.
One more hint when you actually start swinging at the critter. If you cut it, but it doesn't take the time to bleed, because I ain't got time to bleed, and this wound seems to heal almost instantly, versus if you cut it and your puny-ass blade is simply turned aside, that's a clue. I'm not going to tell you which, though.
Is that a goodbye, Full-On?
That's a goodbye.
Corey?
Good night, folks. And don't forget to check us out on all the web pages and all the forums that we're on, and make sure that you keep your sword sharp, especially in the dark.
Oh, yeah, because Corey is what he is in the dark. Okay, so... Oh, sorry. I just
wow. That was unexpected.
Okay. Well, they say character and all that kind of stuff. But I'm DM Glen saying I'll see you next time when the hammer comes down on THACO's Hammer. Bye-bye. Yeah, well, they say personality is what you are in the dark, and I'm just pontificating right now.
Yeah.
Or something.
I could say something.
THACO's Hammer theme is provided by the Diablo Swing Orchestra. You'll find them on Jamendo.com. All other additional music for this episode was provided by Kevin MacLeod. You'll find more of his music on Incompetech.com. Be sure to visit our website at thacoshammer.info. If you have any questions or comments, email us at thacoshammer@gmail.com. Remember, that's an O, not a 0. You can also find us on the second edition forums at osrgaming.org and at purpleworm.org. Or give us a call and leave us a voicemail at 405-806-0555. See you next time when the hammer comes down on THACO's Hammer.